Hi, we're Kev and Emma. 18 months ago we started a new adventure and bought a 57-foot narrowboat called Ripple. Why not join us and watch our highs and lows, the renovations and changes we've made, the clever storage that's been created, and find out what it's really like living and working full-time aboard a narrowboat with 2 dogs while exploring the waterways of our beautiful country.
Before this week's vlog starts, we just wanted to say a quick massive thank you to everybody that liked, watched and subscribed last week's first ever vlog for us. It was just amazing and overwhelming, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. We were so nervous when we were ready to press the button to say publish. It was like, oh, press the button and let's see what happens. But we have been completely overwhelmed, so thank you. This week's vlog is all about us leaving the marina, getting ready to leave the marina, and actually starting our journey back out onto the canal. We hope you enjoy it.
This was a Christmas present.
I'm so romantic.
Yeah, who says romance is dead? And you buy your other half some long gloves to go down the weed hatching.
Looks like you're just about to help a vet out.
Yes, come here, cow. So, we've got nothing down the weed hatch, as far as I know. This is just getting ready. Leave the marina while we've got everything off the stern, and it's easier with everything. I can't do it with this good one. It's easier to do this now while everything's off.
Before the grass goes down.
Pretty much, I just want to make sure that we've got nothing down the weed hatch for leaving the marina. We get stuff wrapped around the prop as we go, then that's what happens. It gets wrapped around the prop and you deal with it. But part of kind of servicing the engine, getting everything ready, is going down this disgusting thing.
Can you feel anything?
A propeller.
That's a good thing, it's still there.
Yeah, I'm just spinning it just to check nothing's on the blades. The water is actually not that cold.
Not as cold as you'd think.
No, I think it's all good.
Brilliant.
As far as that goes.
Perfect.
So my gauntlet did well, because normally I end up half stripping off and everything, don't I, to get down there. So next job is stern gland. And this lovely little brass thing here, which I can never get off, is a stern gland. And that plastic tube there squirts grease down into basically the shaft that goes from the gearbox there all the way through back to the propeller. The grease is the only thing that stops the water coming in. That grease pushes down through that disgusting tube all the way into there, and this is what you get. We're about halfway, so I just top it up. This is the grease that is recommended, a K99 water resistant grease. Basically you just pile it on the top, wind it down and fill the holes in. There are easier ways of doing it, I believe.
What, other than using one of our dessert spoons, yeah?
Yeah, that's it, yeah. You can put it on the top there and wind it down. I did try that once and to be honest. It split up the side and went everywhere. And this was how, when I bought the boat, part of the survey was the surveyor was that good, he picked up that the stern gland was almost empty. So the mechanic that filled it all back up showed me this way, which he said, he'd been living on a boat for like 30 odd years, said it's the only way he knows to do it that's more efficient and less messy. He said it's not fast, but he said, are you ever in a rush? Putting it back on, if you lean forward, is literally the reverse of how I took it back off. Wind it down all the way down until it's tight again, and then get the spinny bit at the top, twist it around until you feel pressure. Once you feel pressure, that's enough. Then put your spoon in that and hide it from the missus so she never finds it ever again and forgets.
Job done.
Job done. I think Emma's taking this spring cleaning lark a bit too seriously at the moment.
I'm cleaning the garden on a lovely spring day.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Can you see that? Look at that sunshine. It's that ball of orange stuff up there. It's beautiful. So one of the jobs I've had on my list for a couple of weeks, my list is very long of stuff I need to do before I leave the marina, is I've got a leak. And I know I've got a leak because it's in the bilge inspection hatch or under the inspection hatch. The bilges have always normally been fairly dry, but the last couple of months we've noticed been a build up of water. In case any of you don't know what a bilge is, can I take the camera off you? Mm-hmm. So this is a bilge inspection hatch. I had the marina when we bought the boat. We had a bit of a chlorifier explosion and it burst one of the pipes to the chlorifier behind the fridge and the freezer there. Different story. We'll try and put a picture of the burst pipe on here so you can see what we mean. Now the boat never had an inspection hatch, which was always a bit of a concern for me because after it all exploded, I wanted to know where all that water went. So I made the marina cut this inspection hatch out. Now, some of you will be horrified at this. Now, I know I got a leak because of all of that. Now, we know roughly where the leak was coming from because every time, get some light on this. Oh, that's horrible, isn't it? Every time it was coming from this left-hand corner. So I felt it was round here. We knew these cupboards to our left, we could smell a bit of damp in the last month, so we knew something was in there. And if I take you in here, I don't know if you can see it, the lovely, lovely water pump has fallen off its brackets up here somehow. And it's now down here. So it is that white thingy. I'm saying thingy because I've no idea what purpose it actually serves. Is leaking, and it's actually leaking here where my screwdriver is. The first bit is to get all that put back up where it's actually meant to be. That's probably how it's meant to be, up there somewhere. It's not screwed back in, and pipes like this accordingly. So back under the cupboard again. So I've now cut said thing out. It's a sieve, some kind of sieve thing. I have looked up and spoken to a few people. They're not vital. So for the minute, I've done a join there from the water pump round into the main pumps down the boat. So I'm going to turn the water back on and the water pump and See if we've got any leaks. So the actual main water is on. Let's turn the pump back on and see if it pours everywhere. Well, it seems to be not pouring with water. I'm assuming that's a bit of a success. I can't see any drips dripping from any of the other pipes. We'll come back to this in a few days and see if it's still dry. It's looking pretty dry. We had showers last night, washed up this morning, and nothing's come out. So have a look at this, see what you guys think. There's not been any leaking from these pipes that I changed yesterday. The water pump is still where it's meant to be. The only thing I did do yesterday, which I didn't show you, it's loud and noisy, was I sucked the water out of here. Now, yesterday it was kind of like up here paddling about. Now it is just a little bit. So the water has travelled and moved around the back of the boat here. So I sucked that out again yesterday, and this is kind of like my telltale sign that nothing else is leaking, because if that stays empty once I suck all the water out and goes back to being dry, then we no longer have a leak again. So
while we've been in the marina, a very good friend of ours has lent us a car. We're really fortunate that she was able to, she had a spare car, as you do, and she lent us what she calls Foxy Loxy. We like to call it Driving Miss Daisy, because that's how she drives. She won't mind me saying that. So while we're preparing to leave the marina, we still have the car, so we thought we would make good use of it today. And head out and get some jobs done. As much as this marina is really rural and very peaceful, there is one big downside to, well, particularly having a car. If we didn't have a car, I suppose it wouldn't be an issue, but having a car, there's one big downside, which I will film as we are leaving today. You'll see for yourself by the camera action, I expect.
Right then, you ready for bone shakers? You need a 4x4 vehicle here.
This section is particularly bad. We have learned a little trick. When we reach this bit, what you have to do, actually, the faster you go, once you get past the bump, speed bump, the faster you go, the smoother it is, which is ridiculous. Kev promised me a spoon's breakfast. This is definitely not spoons. Where are we?
It's a little stop off at a chandlery to get some belts. We won't be. I did see a cafe in the industrial estate that we came back through, said bacon bap, sausage bap, tea, coffee.
I've been hoodwinked.
Let's go. Coming in?
No, there's nothing fun for me in there.
No. I'll see you in a minute then.
Yeah.
That's a no.
That's the second place that we've tried in Trowbridge. Still no spoon's breakfast, because we are on the hunt. Did they give you another place to try?
No.
So not quite sure what we're going to do now. We've got one spare one, haven't we?
Yeah, what I've got in my hand.
But Kev's just about to put it on the boat because he's going to do a service. So we need some spare ones because the boat does like to shred them.
Eat them, yes.
Yeah. Okay, we'll keep looking then.
Success. That was the one belt. I've now got 3 spare belts, and this was from a place called Melksham Motor Spares in Melksham near Devizes. Really lovely people, really helpful. So if you're in Devizes area or Melksham and you've got a problem with your belts and you can't figure it out, they've got a belt measuring machine, everything. Oh, wow. And literally they took this belt, which is the belt from the boat, our spare one, our last one, took it, measured it. These aren't exact, but this is like I think it was 3 or 5 mil difference, but the play on the alternator won't make any difference whatsoever. But she's given me the full receipt, said any problems, just bring them back and we'll search for others.
So I think we said before, we are really lucky that we have a car while we're in the marina. We've had a car for the last month or so. And which is great because the marina's quite rural and you have to drive anywhere. The road outside's crazy. You couldn't walk it. You can't even walk to the bus stop, to be fair. So today we're going to tick another job off because we're going to make the most of having the car and go and stock up on some big bulky items shopping wise.
The road that we showed you in another bit is that bumpy. The wing mirror fell off yesterday.
Sorry, Claire.
It's unglued, so another job to the list is re-glue the wing mirror back on.
Fortunately, Kev noticed and grabbed it before it actually completely fell off, because otherwise we'd be buying a bit
of glass.
So this is one of life's essentials for Kev. Kev likes to drink lots and lots of Pepsi Max, and as you can imagine, trying to carry those along the towpath is a bit of a pain.
You can tell it's a boater's car, can't you?
So it's a good job we've got the car to stock up. Another job ticked. We're moving. We're excited. Somebody else is not quite so excited. Good job. It's just a little short one today. So we are just about to leave. I've got my brother's car, or we've got my brother's car at the moment. So I'm going to take it to the, we found a parking space. I'm going to take it to the parking space and leave Kev to it.
After 3 months of never driving the boat, I've got to get out of a really awkward marina. I think the camera on the front will show how awkward it is, but we shall see how many boats we can avoid on the way out and not hit.
That's lovely.
Take care, Kev. Well, I've got to get out of here first. That's why I chose it. See you later, buddy. Take it easy.
At the moment, just come out of that finger. Where's my finger? Just come out of here, beside the blue boat, and Kev's going up this way to turn around because the exit is all the way around there.
So I just serviced the engine last week, and this is its first run out since servicing the engine. I think it's always one of them things that you're like, oh, did I do it properly? Are all the filters screwed on tight enough? But so far she seems to be doing absolutely perfectly. She always sounds a bit quieter when you've got nice clean oil in it. I think we'll probably get there just before, or just about the same time as Emma does. She's got to come all the way around this road and down that way, where I'm kind of cutting across, but we'll see what happens in a minute. See who gets there first, boat power or car power. Well, that's typical. I came down here at 7 o'clock this morning to see if the space that we'd scoped out was still available, and there was nothing. And we went, come on, let's just go for it. And within an hour, the Y-beam's pulled up and nicked spot. So now we've either got to go through lift bridges and locks, or see if we can squish in somewhere. This will be interesting. We are literally round the corner. I'm hoping we can squish in. A kind guy in a smaller boat has said here, help us get in and move his boat slightly up, which would be amazing. But we'll see what happens. We only went half an hour. So before this week's vlog starts, we just wanted to say a massive thank you to everybody for last week that liked, watched and subscribed our first ever vlog. It was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I thought you can say we were quite nervous.
And the things we love about being on the canal.
Hang on, I've got to stop you. I look like I've got no neck. I need to make it look...
Stand up a little
I'm
bit.
like this, like...
This week's vlog, it isn't about that at all.
This week's vlog is all about something. We've no idea what, because we're now confused with what vlog we're trying to edit and not edit.
I've just been editing vlog 3 today, so I'm a little bit confused. Let's start again. This week's... See, there go my teeth.
That's it. That's all you need to say.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I need to say.
How about?